Alright, so before exploring further, let's talk about some transformation tools inside 3D Max. And when I say the transformation tools, I mean the move, rotate, and scale for any standard primitives or any 3D object inside 3D Max. So let's create a box real quick, and you can see when I have created my box in the viewport, there is a pivot point, or you can say gizmo in simpler words, that these axes, which are on the left bottom of the viewport, these three axes, X, Y, and Z, are also on our object. So, which means that we do have a local system, which is for the object, and we also have a global system, which is for the entire scene, the global system and the local system. So, local system can be modified and can be changed easy. We will talk about this in the later videos in detail, but uh, for now, you can uh, you can notice that whenever I create any object, there is a pivot point uh, right at the center of the object. So by default, it is at the center of the object. If I create a box in the top view, you can see right there at the center of this box. And if I create another box in but in the different view, like in the front view, and now if I create the box right like this, so if I select the first box, you can see the pivot point is at the bottom. But if I select the second box, you can see the pivot point is at the center of the object. So this means that our orthographic views can also uh, affect our local coordinate system. So let's start again with the box. And if I create a box like this, now if I want to move this object in any of these three axes, what I have to do? So I will press or hit uh, W on the keyboard, or you can just go on the main toolbar and look for this icon. So if you click on this icon, you can see that your pivot point is now changed to the move icon. You can now move your object in any direction or in any axis just by clicking the object. And let's say you want to move your object in only one direction in the y-axis. So all you have to do is just hover over your mouse on that axis, and when it turns to yellow, you can now move that object. Just click on the axis and then drag your mouse, and you can see you can now move the object. Now, if you want to move the object in the other direction, let's say in the x-axis, so hover over your mouse on the x-axis and click and drag. If you want to move your object in both axes at the same time, you just drag your mouse on the in the middle of both axes and click, hold, and just drag your mouse, and you can see you can just move your object in both axes at the same time. So keep this in mind that whenever you are going to decide that I want to move this object in the z-axis, in the x-axis, or in the y-axis, you just have to hover over your mouse on that axis, and when it turns to yellow, you can now move that in the specific axis.